Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, as we're going through Leviticus, we're talking about today purification after childbirth. What I want you to see, though, in this is not all the rules about how the woman had to clean herself up and how she was unclean for so many days because she gave birth to children. I want you to see here how it's pointing to, and it's a reminder how we were born with sin, okay? That's what separates Christians from a lot of the world is we as Christians know that we're born with a sinful nature, okay? And so that gives a whole different viewpoint if I know that we are all born with a sinful nature, and sin just it comes naturally to us because we're born with that sinful nature. Even as regards to defund the police, because that argument for defund the police would be, oh, we're all born good, and so we just need some encouragement to continue doing good, where Christians would have the mindset, according to the Bible, that we're born with a sinful nature and we will continue to sin. Okay, so that's why we have the police, to reduce some of that sin. So let's read here today. This is taken today from Leviticus chapter 12 here. And just remember, as we're going through this, don't focus so much on all the regulations for giving birth. Because and understand this too. When you give birth, there's a lot of blood and other fluids that are, when they come out like that, it's unclean, okay? And so just like all the other rituals, if blood was involved and other bodily fluids, you were unclean. And so there's a lot of that happens during birth, and so naturally you're unclean. And these are the regulations for that. But look at how we're born with that sinful nature, okay, and what's required. So Leviticus chapter 12 is where we're going to read today. The Lord said to Moses, "Give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If a woman is pregnant and gives birth to a son, she will be ceremonially unclean for 7 days, just as she is unclean during her menstrual period. On the eighth day, the boy's foreskin must be circumcised. After waiting 33 days, she will be purified from the bleeding of the childbirth. During this time of purification, she must not touch anything that is set apart as holy, and she must not enter the sanctuary until her time of purification is over. If a woman gives birth to a daughter, she will be ceremonially unclean for 2 weeks, just as she is unclean during her menstrual period. After waiting for 66 days, she will be purified from the bleeding of childbirth." Okay, 2 different time periods according to if you gave birth to a boy or a girl here. I don't know why that is, but it was just that way. Verse 6, "When the time of purification is completed for either son or daughter, the woman must bring a 1-year-old lamb for a burnt offering and a young pigeon or a turtle dove for purification offering. She must bring her offering to the priest at the entrance of the tabernacle. The priest will then present them to the Lord to purify her. Then she will be ceremonially clean again after her bleeding at childbirth. These are the instructions for the woman after the birth of a son or daughter. If the woman cannot afford to bring a lamb, she must bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons. One will be for the burnt offering and the other for the purification offering. The priest will sacrifice them to purify her, and she will be ceremonially clean." Okay, and that ends it. It's a shorter chapter today, so it'll be a shorter episode. Some of these episodes are longer because it's a longer chapter that we're going through. Notice here, though, so it gives all the rules after you give birth and the sacrifices that you're supposed to do because of the uncleanliness of you giving birth like that, okay? Now understand this. This happened in the birth of Jesus. There are sacrifices given for the mother, because of the uncleanliness like this. But there's never recorded any sacrifices that were given for Jesus, okay, because Jesus was sinless, And so there's never recorded any sacrifices Jesus gave. There were sacrifices for the mother and her giving birth and so forth, but no sacrifices for Jesus. Something just to note there. But again, this all points to how sin, we're born with that sinful nature, okay? And it sets, if you understand that, it sets you apart from a lot of the world that thinks, oh, you're just born a good guy. And but no, we're born with that sinful nature, and that is really a basis of Christianity, because you're born with a sinful nature. And then when I tell you you need to be saved, many people will go, what do I need to be saved from? Well, in Christianity, you need to be saved from the sin that you're born with and the sin that you continue to do in your sinful nature. And that's only through Jesus, where other people would go, well, I was born a good guy and I continue to be a good guy and maybe I'll make it happen. No, Christianity is much different. And it starts with, we're born with that sinful nature. Started back with Adam and Eve. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue talking over some gross stuff tomorrow. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.